Here we are, dropping off the Toyota Tundra first thing in the morning. Well, it's not really first thing, but we are dropping it off to get fixed. I think I know the problem, and it's kind of a shame. So, let's see what's wrong with it. This isn't right. Obviously, I don't know if I can even get it. The wheel and tire are completely cocked. I think we have a broken ball joint down there. If I had to guess, that would be it. We were back at the shop, and while we're waiting, because he's gonna pull it in, he's gonna take a look at it, see what he thinks it is, and then get back to me right away. We are actually going to take the Cayman over to KBS Detailing. For one, they're going to be the ones that actually detail the car. I want to get this car cleaned up for winter. You can just kind of see the headlights are buggied and boogied, and then you got some junk on there. I'm going to wipe that off though. This is PPF and just leaves and all that good stuff. So the real reason why I'm bringing it to them is because I had this car PPF'd. I said it in the last video if you guys weren't watching. And it came out like dookie, to say the least. They just, I'm not saying that they did a bad job, but you can see all the bubbles and damage and stuff like that. I don't really drive this car a ton. I mean, I bought it with, I think, like 8,000 miles on it, 9,000 miles on it. It's got 14,000 miles on it now. And I've had it for almost over 2 years now. But they just, when you get PPF done, they put it on, and then you're supposed to bring it back a few days later so they can go back over it and everything. I bought the car in Illinois. It was shipped here. I can't really bring it back to them just quickly. So I was like, I'm not bringing it back. I'll bring it to my people and just see what they say. If they can do it. A lot of people don't like doing it because if you look at this, and by not doing it, I mean taking it off and putting it back on, all of the trim on this car was painted. So actually you can see on the mirrors, this is what all the trim would normally look like on the Cayman. It's all like a matte black plastic. So part of this spec was they had all the trim glossed. And sometimes that makes PPF guys a little nervous about peeling it off and taking paint off and then having to worry about that. But it is what it is. We got some downtime. I don't really want to drive this car in the winter time. Here in New Jersey, we have salt all over the place, so I'm gonna have them take a look at this, see what they say, and go from there. So we're gonna hop in this thing, take it over to them now. So one of the reasons why I'm even making this video is because I actually already got a phone call from my mechanic about the Tundra. So I posted up on Facebook groups and stuff asking, hey, has anybody had issues with putting their lift kits on their Tundras? And mine isn't a true lift kit, and the people that are big truck guys want to say, oh, well, you get what you pay for, you got this cheap kit. I put up that I had a rough country kit, which I don't. I actually have a readylift kit, which is like this much better, I guess you could say. But so for those of you who are following because you have a readylift kit on your car, it ends up, it's not the readylift kit. So I brought it to a very, very, very reputable shop in the area, which turns out that it sounds like a lot of people have actually had some issues with them. And I always had like a clicking, clunking sound, and everything looked normal. And so I just chalked it up to the fact that maybe it was just the TRD skid plate. Well, it turns out it wasn't the skid plate. The ball joint's fine. It actually is the bolts holding it fell out completely. So when they put the lift kit back together, those bolts must have just been loosening, and at some point they actually just fell out. So we actually just had that truck on a long drive, and I'm assuming that's probably what ended up happening. So it is what it is. He ordered the bolts directly from Toyota. We're gonna get that fixed up, ready to go. I think I wanna do some more stuff with that truck. So that's pretty much it. So good news, that thing is gonna be back on the road, and it had nothing to do with the readylift kit, had nothing to do with it being lifted. It just turns out that whoever put my truck back together didn't put it together well, and ended up the bolts falling out of it, which is kind of sad because it was also at Toyota a couple times for oil changes and service, and they never really noticed anything. I asked them about it and they said it was fine. So it is what it is. I don't know why that happened, but this is what happens when you bring them to shops and you don't work on cars yourself. I got to tell you, there's only a couple of shops where I really, really trust, and this mechanic is one of them. My guys for the Hondas, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I even struggle with the MR2 and that sort of thing. So as you saw with the Fit, doing my own projects, sometimes though I run out of time because I am self-employed. I have to do what I have to do as far as actual work. So I don't always have time to just be doing little projects as far as stuff like that's concerned. I would love to spend more of my time working on my track cars and the fun stuff instead of having to do brakes and axles and that sort of thing. So it's good news. So we can't hate on readylift or any other lift kit. It is what it is. So thanks guys for watching. You know the deal. Like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.